afterwards going to your room and sitting naked for a while.
See, that is crazy.
Jack takes it to a different level. Guys, welcome back. Look at that energy.
Too high energy.
All right. Yo, guys, clap. Hey, welcome back. This is Hill to Die On Pod.
Do more. Do an accent.
No, that's going to be. What's up? Welcome to Hill to Die On Pod. I'm Greg Melly, at Greg Melly on Instagram. Stop it. This is my turn. Okay? You clearly see me in the lens of the camera doing my thing. Now, this is Grace Lobo. Grace, say hey to the viewers.
Hi. You're going to go to jail.
You wanted me to do an accent.
I didn't say gay accent.
Who said that was gay?
I did, and we all knew.
It took 14 seconds for you to make a gay joke.
I don't think I.
But don't forget to check out Grace Lobo whenever she's on stage.
Yeah, well,
she's a very PC comic.
I thought you could have done like hello.
Talking about comedy shows.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't do British though.
You can't do British?
Welcome to the Peaky fucking Blinders. No, it's bad.
Can you do Southern?
Yeah, I can do everything in like America.
Greg's an actor, so I feel like he should. Wait, do Southern.
Well, like what kind of Southern?
Y'all, like, what are we talking about?
Let's talk about like a twang right here.
Yeah.
We can do a whole episode on accents if you want.
Okay.
I can just do it in this accent. I
want
immediately like put my hand on the bottom
of the mic,
part of the mic, and our producer already said, Greg, you got to be grabbing the shaft, and I was like, all right, okay. So let's get into it.
Really
Talk
weird.
about comedy. Jack hates it when I do accents.
Do the Boston one.
Yeah, do Boston.
No, I don't want to do Boston.
Why?
Because you're from Boston, dude.
I'm not from
yeah,
Boston.
but you're enough Massachusetts because you.
What does that mean?
You're Irish, dude.
Okay.
So like you for sure have ancestors that are
in
like,
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I think they all are in New York.
Okay, well, Ellis Island, baby.
Bum bum ba da dum.
Okay, so I have been working on this accent as of late because Jack and I have been watching Fargo, and
it sounds like foreign somehow.
It kind of, I do need to kind of bring it down because I have a friend from Minnesota, and
there we go.
They do say like I exaggerated a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But what do they say? Like, oh, that's sketchy. Oh, you betcha.
There we go.
Don't you know? Oh, yeah, but
it's from Minnesota.
No. Hey, there you go, huh?
Has Haley been referenced in every episode?
No.
When you have two friends in your life and one you do the podcast with, stuff not to talk about the other.
Yeah, wow.
Let's just get into comedy because I know you've been wanting to talk about this.
How is comedy going for you?
Not at all.
How are comedy?
Didn't you want to talk about the show?
Okay, I was curious because this has come up for me and we were talking about this before, if you would ever do the naked comedy show.
You're really grabbing that mic.
Because
like you're squeezing it. I can see the veins on your finger. Relax. Just hold it.
I don't know what to do.
Just like really just you're gonna pop a microphone somehow.
I was moving around. I didn't want to drop it.
You got a weird thing with your hands that you do.
Okay, me.
Yeah,
I also picked off all my nail polish today, so I look crazy.
That's okay. Yeah, you're like, can you see it?
I'm like, can you guys see it?
So naked comedy show.
Okay.
Would you do it?
No, gun to my head, pull the trigger. I would absolutely never do it.
Really? But you're a girl.
Do you know? Okay. Well, first of all, for context, for our listener, if you aren't someone we know from New York comedy scene, gross. I hate that I said that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it. So.
Well, I feel like there is a comedy show that a lot of people that we know have done that is full nudity at a sex club called Hacienda.
Is everyone in the audience naked?
The first 2 rows of the audience are naked. Do you know about this? Have you heard of this, Will?
I know about the show.
The show.
I know that the
first 2 rows are clothing optional. And then the rest of the...
Oh, I like that.
Yeah? As in, you would like...
Yeah, I would...
Would you ever do it? Would you ever do it?
I don't think so.
But maybe. Okay, my thought is that...
But maybe. I've had that... Okay, this is the way I'm thinking about it. If...
I had a big dick.
No. If I was just having like a really good dick day that day. Will, you get me?
Many
you
questions.
get it? You know? Some days your dick softer is just bigger than it usually is. Right? Sure. Don't shore me. Don't throw me out on this island to die alone on because this is a very relatable thing. Yeah, this is a very relatable thing.
I have no comment.
Your boobs aren't like bigger one day than they are the next unless you're on your period or
That's...
going through pregnancy.
No, sometimes they're randomly bigger.
but like substantial. I
Definitely
just said that, but I
period.
said other than your period or pregnancy. They're there.
I feel like
They're-
if I'm like bloated, they're just still bigger. But yeah, it's not a good feeling.
Right, and it's also not massively different.
No.
Guys,
Is your dick massively different on different days?
dude,
What?
the level your dick can go from nothing to an actual grown person's dick in the span of 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, I'm aware of that. But I mean, just like...
She's like, yeah, I get it.
I'm,
Trust me, I know all about that.
I am aware.
I've only ever seen it post 5 seconds.
But I
Yeah,
am
and
more
some
like
days
day
just
to
like
day.
yeah, some days
So
you
you're
just have better
saying
days.
you only do the naked show if you're absolutely bricked up? Like, what are you talking
No, I
about?
would. I listen. If
That's crazy.
if I was bricked the fuck up, I would do the show.
You'd only
I would do the show Viagra'd out, and I've never done Viagra, so I would probably go to the hospital.
That's wild.
I would. Yeah, why not?
That would be
Me at my highest and most confident form. Yeah.
everybody else. Would
Greg's like, I'm bricked up every time I'm on stage.
That's why I do
I think
comedy.
you would
Actually,
make the audience, if anyone in the audience was,
just Greg. I'm just seeing myself trying to do like weird punchlines, the silly jokes, just totally bricked the fuck up, dude. That would be
that's
funny.
crazy. That's a crazy answer. Wait, are you saying your dick is actually like
It's
besides like the way you're describing it, it's not a difference of like, I hate that I'm saying.
This is so funny. It's night and day.
What you mean by a good dick day? Because it's not.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking
Okay.
about hard versus not.
It's not hard.
No. Well, okay, well, you got on hard. Then I was like, yeah, I'll do the show hard. It did end up getting there.
That's the only.
It
To
did
me,
end
I'm
up
like,
getting
I
there.
know
But,
dicks
like, a
change
good-
sizes.
No, but
I
listen,
know
like
about
a
that.
good dick day is like some days, like if you're just not wearing like underwear for like 2 days or whatever, and that day 3, I do it, okay? Sue me. I'm not wearing
What?
underwear right now. Sue me. And day
It's like
3,
hot in here.
day 3. What is that
Sweaty.
supposed to mean?
Being,
Like sometimes like when
sweating.
you wear like compression underwear or like tighter briefs, like
Okay.
it just like squeezes your dick and your dick's not gonna have like a good dick day. But then on like day 3 of after wearing like maybe boxers or just like looser pants, your dick's just feeling more
confident.
confident.
Yeah.
I would do it on like a confident soft dick day.
So you would.
So the answer is yes, because you would know it's coming up. You could prepare for it.
Yeah,
You could pick.
difficult though.
You could prepare for a. You said what?
Yeah, I could do it. But then like
I would never do it.
I think I would
don't
over
like-
prepare and then I would get scared like when you get in like a doctor's office and you know the nurse is gonna have to see your dick and like the whole time you're thinking like I cannot get hard. But then like by you thinking that like maybe inevitably you get a little chub and then it's like weird.
Yeah, I get that. I
You
feel
know?
like that would happen
Because
to you.
then like if like I like over prepare and then I'm in the front row and like I just see nothing but naked people in the front 2 rows, I'm gonna be like,
and when you
damn.
say naked people in any sort of clothing optional situation, as we all know, it's almost always people you don't want to see naked. It's usually like old men.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do the show.
Like a nude beach. I went with my roommate Austin
You went to
once.
the naked show?
I went to the naked beach. I've never been to the naked
Yeah.
show. Also, that would be weird because like it's people I know from comedy. Like it would be weird to go be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go for a hang, and it's like the naked show. It's like
Who runs it?
great set. Like
Yo, great set.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
yeah,
when it gets weird.
You should be on my show.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, for you, that's creepy. But like, if I did the naked show and then started getting booked after, that'd be kind of dope. I would
mean,
feel.
well, the reason. So a lot of people have
great.
told me they've had like the best set of their life there.
Well, yeah.
People say they crush at the naked show. They're like, you should do it. And the argument a lot of them make is they're like, multiple people who've done it have told me this.
Is
They've been like,
wait?
you
What is the
forget-
demographic of the people telling you this?
Like comedians that we're friends with.
Right, women or men?
But sometimes
I may not know the English dictionary,
both,
but you are a
both.
dummy too.
both of them.
Okay, all right.
I didn't have a specific demographic in mind. They are just a wide range.
I know,
of
but
people
that would
we're friends
change
with.
the outcome. I
Okay,
think.
men and women have both said this to me who've done it. They've said that you forget that you were naked within the first minute. And I think that is absolutely insane. I'm like, I've never forgotten I'm naked once in my life when I'm in the shower sometimes and I'm like, okay, it's crazy I'm naked. Like
That's a you thing.
like I'm being weird. Yeah,
I've done
probably
like
is,
I've
but,
had
like,
acting scenes where I've stripped down
Oh yeah, I
entirely.
guess you're an actor too. That's
I've
like,
stripped down to entirely nothing.
yeah, why
other
don't
than
you do the naked
underwear?
show?
Because I
He's not ready to have a good dick day.
I just don't think it's
I
unreliable.
don't think it's about. I hate to say it. I don't think it's about your dick.
No.
Right, of course. But to me, like when you're a naked person,
But I think the point of the show is like, forget that you're naked.
I am
Well, I guess the
very
point of the show is to be
aware.
naked,
I
yeah.
get like the deeper meaning behind it and like the
Yeah.
freeing aspect of it. It's like doing a drug you've never done.
Okay.
It's kind of like an ego death.
Oh yeah, it's like jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
Where it's like, whoa, I did that crazy thing.
And
I
like
faced my fears.
this is what I learned. And
Yeah.
like, yeah. No, I get it.
No, I'd never do it. I don't like
I probably
nudity
wouldn't
at all.
Community?
Nudity.
Oh. So what do
I
you
mean,
got against Donald
anti-nudity.
Glover and Aziz Ansari, dude? That's crazy.
I don't like the concept of community when people look out for each other. He's
He
not.
wasn't? Damn, well, all right. Shout out Aziz,
Why
though.
do you think people crush?
I think it's like a really receptive crowd.
Do you think they're bricked
from what
up?
I've heard, and they're all bricked up.
They're just
Everyone's
ready to go.
solid as a rock, ready to go.
Much or how many people are like nudist enthusiasts
Yeah, good question.
Exhibitionists.
versus
Yeah.
like because it also sounds like the type of crowd would be part like I've got to see this.
Yeah, like, whoa, have you guys heard there's a naked show in Bushwick? Well, because it was in the New York Times. I think that the sex club, I don't know why that, it's a sex club, but I think that
I
they,
like how club was the part that you did that.
my friend went to the sex party and she said the food was amazing.
Who goes to a sex party
She
and
didn't
then
go
the
for
first
the
thing
food,
they
but
say?
she said they had an incredible.
But that's how bad the sex party
hacienda.
was.
Yeah.
That's how bad the sex party was.
No, she also got yelled at the sex party because
She was eating too much.
you're not supposed to like hook up. You're allowed to like kiss in the like main region, but there's like side rooms where you're supposed to do anything else, and she didn't know that was one of the rules.
So she was just getting pounded out. in the
Not
main
that,
room.
but yeah, they were, and they let them complete the sex act they were doing, and then the employees were like, "Hey, that looked great, but next time take it into the side room."
Yo, that sounds.
Isn't that crazy to get? Getting
sick.
scolded in public is like my number one worst
Right.
ick, and I'm like, if I got scolded for like
banging in the wrong room?
it was like giving someone a blowjob, like I would be like, oh, I have to kill myself, like that's
I swear to God, their Instagram is Hacienda Community.
see with Aziz
Wow.
Ansari.
Nah, he wasn't in that season.
Oh yeah, right.
How do you feel about being naked in general, though?
Anti in general. I mean, I like it in very like only in the context of like literally hooking up with someone and like being in the shower. Obviously.
Can you be naked with someone that you are hooking up with, but not currently hooking up with?
Okay, someone I regularly am hooking up with. The other day I was changing in my room and he was there and I like turned and faced the wall before
Oh,
taking my top
wow.
off.
That is
Like
such a
I don't know
Catholic
what it
school.
is. Like I was like, I want to. Yeah, I think that
that's
must be
that
it.
is
Yeah.
so Catholic
But I
school.
was like, oh, I was wearing like I wanted to take off the sports bra I was wearing, so I like turned around and then put on a different shirt and then like.
Sports bra, sexy. All
Yeah,
right, okay,
baby,
popping off with
yeah.
the nice clothes.
Overall, though, nudity I don't like, and I feel okay. In terms of also, this is something that I feel like is like generally, I also don't like when people randomly will get changed like in front of me and they'll just like take off all their
But
clothes
how often does that
all the
happen?
time. I feel like girls, this happens all the time. Like every time you're sharing a hotel room with someone, every time you're in like a locker room, it's
You
just,
don't like it?
no. It's
Have you
one
ever
girl.
seen Anna naked?
No, that's a great. Don't say that, but no, don't.
Wait, why is that crazy?
I feel like you
Did I
can't
make-
ask about specific girls we know.
Did I cross the line? Okay, have you ever seen? I feel like I'm at a sleepover.
We're also really excited.
He was like, ooh.
No, I'm just because it's
He's
like,
like, what was it like?
it's like you guys are on a show together, and I would imagine.
When would we get naked before our show? Oh, after.
You guys do it all the time.
Yeah.
Jack went, mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, it would be like, it's like, okay, if I'm sure if like,
I just figured if there was anyone
if we went
that
on
we
like,
know.
if we went on like a girls trip, I'm sure there would be like a moment where we're like getting, yeah.
Yeah, Jack would
But
get
it's like
naked.
we're getting, okay, but here's the thing, you would never see my boobs. Like you wouldn't even know I have them. Because every time you're in a locker room, there's one woman who is like you're talking and you're like, that was a great class or whatever. It sounds like the beginning of a porn also every time you're setting this up. You're just like, that was a great class. And then you're like talking to her and then all of a sudden you're like, okay,
Maybe
yes. And
maybe
no,
you
if my tits
are
are out
gay,
for-
and
No.
this kind of is hard for you to
if my
deal
tits
with.
are out for even a second in a restroom space, or if I'm like in like if you're putting on like a bathing suit bottom, like that part of changing, I'm doing it. It's like a close up magic trick. Like I'm really like moving very quickly to be not. But there's other people in the locker room who are just like, oh my god, yeah, and that class was amazing, and their tits are fully out.
And you're just like,
No, I'm I'm like trying to. I feel like a
Yeah,
man.
like, too hard,
I'm like keeping
too
my
hard,
eyes up
yeah.
here so hard where I'm like,
That's fair.
yeah, oh yes, like because then I'm like, oh now they know I'm making eye contact too hard. I'm being weird that their boobs are out, and I shouldn't have to be weird that their boobs are out. But also put on your shirt. How do you feel about that? I'm like, I don't want to make eye contact with your nipples. Like,
I am a guy, so it is quite different.
well, yeah. Well,
This
that
isn't
is that
an
is
issue
the
that I
crazy
deal
thing about
with.
like.
But I'm in locker rooms like when
But
I
naked
would work
women,
at
it's
Equinox.
not eye level. Like to look at someone's dick is much more like, you know.
Yeah, but like when I worked at Equinox, that's like 80% of the clientele walks around with their dicks out. In
I
the
mean,
locker room.
yeah, I just I
Like-
would be like in a towel.
Will, you ever grow up and you ever like go to like a did
You ever grow up? Well, when it was.
Did you ever go to like a
Well,
like a community swimming pool or something where there was a locker room, and as a child or like just somebody younger, you would go into the locker room and there would just be old dudes. Like the older the dude, the more likely their dick's out. Yeah.
It's always old men.
Always.
Older people do care way less.
I think
about
it's
being naked.
because they got it all figured out.
I also think they've been to the doctor enough times by that point in their life that they're just like, yeah, I'll drop trout for anybody. Like it's
Yeah,
not
I
a
don't
big
think
deal.
that's what it is at all. I don't think anyone's
One time
thinking, well, I
someone
hit
told
my
me that.
100th doctor.
Someone told me that once. They were like, by this point, I've been to the doctor so many times, I don't feel anything about.
More desensitized. Also, I feel like old people aren't worried about like, do I look good?
Yeah.
naked right now?
They're just like, I'm at the gym and I'm old.
But that's not even like for me. It's like, when I was the younger kid, I'd be like, I'm a child. Like for the sake of me, can you put that shit away?
Greg's like, excuse me, you guys, there's a child in here.
Yeah.
Can you guys
like,
put that shit away?
Baby on board,
Yeah.
dog. Like, what are we doing? Like that would
I
as
feel
a
like
man,
growing
like,
up, there were locker rooms had a separate kids section when I was a kid. There were kids and families like section.
I don't know.
Because also it's uncomfortable as a woman. There's constantly children in
But that's what I'm
spaces.
saying.
But
Like-
like it's male children a lot of times that are with their moms, which like that is always weird where you're like it's like, yeah,
Yeah, that's
obviously
weird.
it's like if you think about it, it's actually fine and it shouldn't feel sexual or weird at all. But it's like, yeah, I don't
You don't want
want
to be
your-
the one that kid remembers when he's
Yes.
33.
Yeah, and he's
like, that
like,
boob
he's on
reminds me
he's
of
on a
that redhead
podcast and he's like,
girl.
well, one time I was in a locker room, like, and
Yeah.
it's like,
You
yeah,
don't
I
wanna
don't
be the
want,
one he
he's the
remembers.
reason he does comedy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't need
You
to
don't
be the
wanna be-
reason any kid has a podcast.
Mm-mm.
But like, yeah, it's always weird where you're just like, and then you're kind of supposed to like look at the mom and be like, like, yeah, but you're like, okay, keep your kid like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like as a dude, like I have no issue if I see my friends like without a shirt. I'm not like
yeah. Also, my roommates walk around shirtless all the time. I have 2 male roommates. Yeah. Sorry.
Way cooler.
it was like, all right, what then?
I was like, when am I coming over? Yeah, why don't we record at Grace's apartment?
Yeah,
My
no,
roommates both walk around
why
shirtless.
does that
To me, I'm like, I don't even like if I have to walk back from the shower in like a towel and I'm like, hide in your rooms.
fun
Why
fact
am
about
I-
me, I get changed after my shower in the bathroom.
That I respect that. I like that.
I have my entire life. I've never, you can ask Jack, right? Never will you see me in a towel walk to my room.
That's weird.
Is it?
I kind of like it because I hate nudity.
Because
so I'm
just
like,
the way
thank
that
you.
I see it is like growing up, my shower, you had to go through my parents' room.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to walk through my parents' room upstairs to my room in a towel. Let me just get changed in the bathroom.
Was it cold in your house?
It does, the temperature has nothing
Okay,
to do with
it's
the
just
fact
too
I'm
far.
not trying to, like, let me just get it all done now. And then I would just throw my clothes down. in
I
the
just don't
basement.
know what clothes I'm gonna put on. I have to.
Best part of showering is afterwards going to your room and sitting naked for a while.
See, that is
no,
crazy.
Jack takes it to a different level. Like,
But
Jack
that's
has
like
no issue
that's
with her
like naked
roommates seeing her
friend. Like
naked.
naked friend
Jack
is like
naked friend.
there's one friend and like I've talked about this with a couple of my friends who are not naked friend, and we've like kind of been like it's like you're getting changed around a group of girls you haven't really gotten changed around before, and you're kind of like, ooh, what's the vibe gonna be here? Is it gonna be like a bunch of girls who turn and face the wall, or is it gonna be a bunch of naked friends and I seem like a prude freak? So you're a naked friend,
Yeah,
I'm prude freak.
I love after a shower, I obviously dry off, and then I go in my bed naked. And in college, my roommates, I lived with 4 other people, 3 men, 2 gay, 1 straight, and a girl.
Okay.
And they loved convening in my room at any hour. So sometimes I would be in my bed naked under my covers, and all of them would come in.
That's
sit
insane.
On the bed, and we would just hang out.
And you were fine with that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because you think you're hot?
No,
Like-
nothing to do with attractiveness.
But you have like a comfortability in your body though. Because you think if
I
you were
hate the word comfortability. Sorry. It's not. That's why I hate when people say it.
You have a comfort within yourself.
Thank you.
I'm saying it as a compliment. I'm not trying to be like,
Right.
yo, do you think if you were fucking ugly?
There are times, obviously, where I don't feel good about my body, but like that doesn't affect that I like being naked.
Okay. I like that.
Cool. Yeah, Jack is the naked friend. Jack and her
That Jack
roommate have
is naked
seen each
friend.
other. Jack is funny because she has two roommates. One is a girl, the other one is a girl. Plot twist. You were expecting me to say one was a guy, but they're not. So Jack's one roommate, she is like weird, like very comfortable seeing naked, like has no problem if they see each other naked.
Okay.
Like her roommate has probably seen Jack naked countless times.
This roommate pees with the door open when Greg is over and like talks to him.
Yeah, but that's different because she's not like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, she's just sitting.
That's not what girls do when we're naked also. It's not like I'm
No,
like,
but I'm saying,
yeah,
like-
and...
But what I'm saying is like, it's not like she's butt
I'm like,
ass
Jaclyn,
naked.
look at this.
It's not like she has to like get undressed to pee. Like it's like
Yeah,
she just
I was
she's
going to
normal.
reveal a secret about someone I know, and then I decided not to. One of my friends gets fully undressed every time he uses the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's weird.
I'm not
But
revealing.
Jack has another roommate that would never want to see Jaclyn naked.
That's how I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm sure it's amazing,
No, yeah.
but
I
it's not you specific.
Fine. I used to have a naked picture of myself on my wall in college.
yeah, but it was a canvas.
Wait, who
though.
painted it?
It was like a.
The picture.
Oh really?
A photo?
I was
Also-
a model for like a photography thesis, and it was nude, but my head wasn't in it, so it was just my body was quite artistic, and I had it on my wall, and so people didn't know it was me.
I'm sure people had a feeling it was.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a really difficult.
Automatically assume it was me.
They were like, I've seen that birthmark anywhere.
Why does the
Wow.
necklace say Jaclyn?
That deviled egg tattoo.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
That was pre-tattoo.
okay. Are you like someone who like would send a lot of nudes?
No.
Okay, interesting. I've never sent a nude, never once.
Same. No. No.
For
That
real,
was-
never.
No, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
lot.
gotta
for
give the
sure.
ladies what they're begging for.
You
Famously,
fucking-
women love.
Yeah, they, well, you know, it's
Beg
not
for a
gonna be
dick
like
pic.
weird about it. It's not gonna be noon on a Tuesday and be like, hey,
Thinking of you.
yeah.
I was having a good dick day.
Wow, we're just an episode of callbacks.
Yeah.
No, but
Well,
I
that was from
have-
this episode,
I
so
have
it's
for
okay.
sure. Yeah, but
Would you do naked comedy?
Yeah.
Wait, you should.
I think you on the surface quickly say yeah, but you would very much consider it.
I would be nervous, but I would do it.
You're
What
nervous
set
though,
would you
regularly.
do? Would you do like a?
I don't think we have enough material to be like, I'm just gonna do my naked,
dirty
my
set.
naked butt stuff.
I
you
do
know?
think I would do a more sexual set if I was naked.
I think you think that, but then you would realize how freeing it is that you would not want to talk about that. Because I think what the freeing part is that you're doing regular comedy and you're not like, maybe you address
No,
in the
that's the
beginning.
thing.
But, like,
There's no point where I'm like not the whole time being like, I'm naked. Like I wouldn't even be able to remember my jokes. I'd be like, this is.
but don't you think sometimes when you're doing comedy and maybe it's not going well, you're like, I'm doing comedy. But then when someone like it's starting to kill, you're like, you don't think what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yes.
Like I think it's probably on the lines of that. Again, I'm mansplaining something I've never done. So really,
Do the podcast naked.
Kill myself.
but we
down
have
a-
to sit in
put down
like
a
really
tarp.
uncomfortable. We have to sit in like super uncomfortable.
Yeah, we get a
positions.
fig leaf.
I keep the hat on though.
Yeah.
The hat stays on. I just be like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
That'd
already
be
showed
fun.
my feet in the last episode.
Yeah, we
so
did.
That could be. My feet are really normal, I think.
Okay,
But my second toe is longer than my first toe.
that's very common.
I've been mocked for it before, so.
Oh, does it have like red hair growing from it?
No, I don't have any
alright.
hair on my feet.
Okay.
Like my sideburns.
all right. Jesus. Yeah. So I don't think I'm not.
You're
like,
not
a
naked
big-
friend.
No. But I'm also someone that wants to talk about it if that's occurring, if that's happening right
Oh,
now.
if you were with your friends and like one of them was just all of a sudden fully naked, you'd be
Well,
like,
that would be an issue. There's something beyond naked friend if that's the
Okay,
case.
sorry. I meant in the context of like you're getting changed in like a like if guys are getting changed, like you're all sharing like you're on like a group trip, you're sharing like an Airbnb or something.
Just one at a time. Go to the bathroom and get changed.
That's what you would do?
Yeah, it's what most dudes would do.
I'd feel like
Guys-
girls would not do that.
Of course not, because there's not this built up like.
What if I'm
supposed
not
to
having a
be
good dick
feeling-
day?
No, it's like when you're a dude and you tell people and you are predominantly straight, then you have to be that. You can't be a little bit more open with things. Because
Yeah, I guess.
then you're going to start thinking about how uncomfortable you're going to make everyone else, and then how people are going to think about you. Like, it's so much different with guys.
Have a moment in childhood where you and your friends like looked at each other's penises?
Not that I remember.
I remember.
But I'm saying, like, you know, like, I'm sure
Blackout.
there are moments in life, like, people have...
Girls did that?
No, I never looked at all my friends' penises.
I thought
Nice. Nice.
No, I've never.
guys did that.
I do feel like I've heard. Yeah, I feel like.
Compare tits and clits to.
Ew.
Tits and
ew.
clits.
Ew. Ew, dude.
That sounds like the name of like a weird food truck.
That was gross. That shit was so gross, dude.
Will is canceled. At imwillbryant on Instagram.
Ew. It was so aggressive, too. Oh
Will,
my
we've all
God.
said worse stuff
I keep
than
hearing
that.
it in my
No.
ear. Ew, dude.
I
Ew.
feel like I always hear about boys doing like oh yeah, when we were in 7th grade, we all like sat around and like had a contest who could jerk off the fast. Yeah, yeah. It's always like
I don't think it's weirded me out. I get it.
You've never done that.
No.
You've
But again,
never
not like I'm gonna hard say no. No pun intended. But like I have like sometimes thought like, was there stuff in my childhood that was like weird that I just kind of totally forgot?
I mean, yeah.
Did you ever
for
think
sure.
about that? But
Yeah.
then I think too, like if a moment like this happened, it would probably be pretty substantial for you to
You
remember.
would probably remember
Yeah.
if like you and all your friends when you were 12.
It'd be like an older age.
You're old enough. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, age sometimes doesn't have to.
Like I remember in childhood, my neighbor he like took out his penis in front of everyone.
He sounds
How old?
so cool.
We were like 10,
No, how old is he?
like 10.
Oh God.
Who's
Okay.
your peer?
29.
Yeah.
I feel like Jack would have reworded
I
it.
did know that you were going for a child.
Yeah,
but
Jack
that's
would have
like-
worded it
yeah.
much differently if it
Yeah.
was a sexual assault. Yeah. If it was.
She's like, and for some reason I'm comfortable with doing
My
it.
neighbor did this silly thing where he got home from work.
Just me and his son. There was this when Snapchat first started. I was in high school, and there was a group chat that was like, I went to an all boys high school,
Yeah.
and we had like a thing that you would like, you know, like it was like a recurring thing, and I was just added to the group chat, and the kid that made it would like send pictures of him shitting and like show everyone, and like that became like a thing. Like people would send each other pictures of them shitting in this group chat, but the little twist on it was that the kid would send like a like slight part of the picture would have
Right.
his dick in it.
Yeah.
But then they would all do that, and then I just like would laugh at it because it's like whatever, we think it's funny. But then like I honestly, the last 2-3 years, I would look back and I'd be like, that was
That's
questionable.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super questionable. Like really, it was a weird thing, and I was like, oh okay, like I'm glad that thing died down.
Or, like why did he start showing his dick a little bit?
Yeah,
and
how
then
did he add
it,
me to
it
the
would get
group
more
chat?
and more confident. Not the dick, but him. You know. But like, yeah, I remember that. Also, there's another funny story. Is that in high school as well? All boys high school got a lot of
I
dick
know
stories.
it's like really sometimes.
You guys were showing your dicks.
But I not like.
Question.
But I like not. It wasn't like in person, and I think there's a huge discrepancy between the two. Like when you create a median between it, the environment changes. Your experience, all of it changes because the moment that there's a median, you can just choose not to engage.
Yeah.
But you did.
Well, I mean, I wasn't sending pictures of my dick, but I would like open it up and I'd be like, that's funny. But then, okay.
My mom's gonna love this episode.
But I was also a kid when I would like grow up and go to school. I would wake up and go to the living room and get changed. Right? But I was getting changed in my living room at like 14 years old.
That's so weird.
Like I'm saying butt ass naked.
What happened to your bedroom? Because
my parents weren't-
You weren't getting changed.
Oh,
you were
my-
getting changed only in the bathroom, in your parents' bathroom, or in the living room.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
the only
parents'
places-
bathroom sounds weird. I just in
It's just
in
where
the
shower
shower
was. Yeah, I get it.
But like in the living room because
You
like,
never changed in your own bedroom where your clothes
I mean, I
live.
would, but I would be like lazy, and my clothes would be downstairs, like for school. So I'd come down and just get
Did you wear a
changed.
uniform?
Wait, it gets funnier.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I was like 14 when I stopped doing it, like 7th grade. I stopped doing it, right? But then the like
ninth
last
grade.
couple of years, me doing it, my neighbors, where I have a very glass see-through door, where I would
Yeah.
just get changed in and get changed out, whatever. They grew shrubs right in front of our like where that door would be, and now they have like beautiful bushes. So you're welcome
Wow.
to the neighbors on that. But yeah, that is the case. Sometimes I'd wave.
Beautiful bushes.
So you didn't used
Yeah.
to mind being naked around others.
I don't mind being naked now. Like when I'm with you, like I'm not.
Well,
weird
that's
about it.
different.
Yeah, but like
I guess I did say
so
face the wall for someone
if-
who's
if
seen my boobs all the time.
if I was with a girl one time,
yeah.
I would be 100% fine being naked. The way I see it is the moment you've seen me at what I think is my best, then you can see me at the funny parts too.
Wait, and your best being full nudity?
Yeah,
or-
no, just like totally bricked up.
Oh yeah.
Just
okay.
like for sure
Okay,
bricked
gotcha,
up.
gotcha.
Like if I could start my
Okay,
set
so he could
fully
start his
bricked up.
set rock hard.
Yeah, but then after a minute, get back down to,
I think it would be better if it
Adventure
was
time?
a build.
yeah, but the build would be weird. A build would require a lot of focus.
yeah.
Standing up.
You got bricked up for your final joke.
Yeah. And then
You're closer. You're closer.
I'm like, what was the volcano superhero in SpongeBob? Did you ever watch that? All right, I'm
no.
sorry. Yeah, bad audience.
We're back to our crazy.
Yeah, I know.
references. That's
But yeah.
yeah. Nudity is important.
But my mom still makes fun of me for doing that when I was younger. Like
I
she
mean, that's
never,
crazy. That
It was crazy.
You deserved it.
It was bad. Yeah,
That's
it was bad.
one time. My little brother, my mom. I have 3 younger brothers, and my mom used to. We've had a really long driveway at the house that I grew up in, and so she would like walk us out to the bus stop at the end of the driveway.
You had it at the end of the driveway?
Yeah.
Yo, privilege was crazy.
We were in the
dude.
like we lived in like the woods,
Okay.
and my brother Patrick was getting brought to the bus, and my youngest brother Brendan was like a baby, and there was like snow on the ground, and my mom was like, "You can't come to the bus. Like stay in the house. You can't come because you're in your pajamas." And so my mom walks Patrick out to the bus, and he's like 5. And like as the bus pulls up, like everyone on the bus is like pounding on the windows and like pointing, and like the bus driver's like yelling. My mom turns around, and my brother Brendan is butt ass naked, completely barefoot, running down the driveway through the snow. He's like 2.
That's kind of hilarious.
Because he
though.
thought that like when my mom was like, "You can't come, you're in your pajamas." He
was like,
thought
"Well,
that the
get out of 'em."
pajamas were the issue. So he got fully naked and started sprinting down the driveway. But he realized once his feet hit the snow that like that was not. So he's sobbing, fully naked. My mom's just like, "Yeah, it was good."
That's so funny.
Yeah, he's a freshman in college now.
Good
so,
for him.
Yeah.
Look at him. He made it.
He's the one who
Yeah.
played the flute in the video I showed in the last episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fun. My brother, when he was like younger, like much younger, I wasn't born yet. But my sister shared a bedroom, and then my brother had his own, and my brother would sleepwalk a lot.
Would you get changed in all of their rooms as well, or no?
They
Just-
were all gone by the time I
Okay.
was born.
So yeah.
They were old. I didn't. I never shared. I shared a room with my brother a little bit, I think, but I don't really remember those days. Anyway, when my brother would sleepwalk sometimes, so one night he sleepwalked, sleepwalked,
No.
sleepwalked.
Comfortability.
He comfortability sleepwalked into my sister's room because he thought it was the bathroom, and they were like, he turned the lights on and he just started peeing on the rug, and my sister's like, "Steve, wake up, wake up, wake up," and he was just like peeing on
He
the
was
rug.
faking it. He was like, "I want to destroy your rug. Fuck you, bitch."
Fuck you. You didn't let me play with your truck earlier. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do we have to apologize to anyone?
I think I've kind of been pretty amazing.
In this episode, you don't think
Just
you owe
in
anyone
general.
an apologize? An
Uh,
apology?
I want to apologize to the. No, I think I'm good. Jack, do I
What
have
about
anything to
the
apologize
flaccid
for?
community? You
The
talked
flaccid?
you talked a lot of smack on them.
Yeah, the more power to you.
I
Also,
think
just,
Will should apologize for something he said about 5 minutes ago, which was tits and clits.
yeah, just the way it came out.
That's the name of the episode.
Tits and clits?
Oh, gross.
We're going to get banned by
What
the
should the name
algorithm.
of the episode be?
We'll figure it out later.
Nah, I don't think you can throw naked in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Naked and Afraid is
Yeah.
okay on
Naked
ABC.
Brothers band.
Yeah. Naked Mole Rat. Do you guys watch Kim Possible?
Naked Mole Rat song.
Yeah. Thank you. I think me and Jaclyn have the most number of shared references.
Because you're.
Because girlhood.
In New Jersey, no offense to you guys.
I don't think anyone outside of New Jersey ever took offense to that.
God's country, best place in the world.
God's country. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I need to apologize. I don't think I said anything. Maybe to the concept of community,
The what?
the concept of community,
Oh,
and to old people who are naked. I'm sorry for saying nobody wants to see that, but
they'll be dead by the time this comes out. Don't worry about it.
sometimes, yeah, this is gonna be out for months. Months.
No, this should be like a month and a half. What? I don't know. Like a month and a half, 2
Whatever.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, ETA 2025.
Whoa.
Wow, that is kind of crazy, actually. When Christmas should be.
Thank you.
You're an idiot.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to Grace for calling her an idiot.
Yeah, I'm sorry to I'm sorry to people who like to be naked. In
This
front of
isn't
me.
as fun when we're not like.
No, I'm sorry
being-
that
not
I'm
being
sorry
dicks.
that there were a lot of my friends that clearly I've had weird feelings about you being naked in front of me. I didn't say anything, and now I
Honestly?
talked about it all at once.
You should apologize to the friend you almost outed for having to take off his clothes when he takes a
You
shit.
have to stop referencing that because
I nailed it, right? When he
Yeah.
takes a shit, he has to take his clothes off.
yes.
But that's not like weird. Like there is a comic at the Cellar that has a joke about that.
Okay.
So it's not like a super
Yeah,
weird
he would
thing.
still be upsetting.
We
yeah.
know a guy who keeps his socks on when he showers.
Say that.
See?
Hypothetically, we may know a guy that does that.
If you don't say any
Well
information,
enough to talk about
I don't even really know. I don't even really remember or know who it is. I just know that we've been
do
told.
I know him?
What's his reasoning?
We'll talk about it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it
What's
off
the
the air.
reasoning behind
If you
anyone?
pay for the OnlyFans version of this podcast, you will get to hear about the shower socks.
And the whole thing I'm gonna do backwards and no pants. So it's just gonna be butt crack. All right, we should have cut
all
this
right,
before.
that's okay. This has been Hill to
We
Die On.
should
Thank
have
you.
cut
I'm
that
sorry,
before.
Greg.
Don't forget to follow Greg Melly at Greg Melly
Yeah.
on Instagram, and that's it.
and our podcast, which is named Hill to Die On, and it's at Hill to Die On Pod.
You'll find it through Greg's page if you just go there.
That's true. And I'm Grace Lobo at gklobo. You can also follow Jaclyn, who is our naked friend at jacksowack.
At Jack,
And the inventor of tits and clits, Will Bryant at imwillbryant.
Ew, it really was. I
I
had
love
PTSD.
it. I love you guys. Bye.
Peace.